Well, it's 8 a.m. I've had 3 hours of sleep, and I do have a face like a bewildered Paul McCartney, but I'm quite happy because we're on our way to the west coast because the surf is up and there's going to be some big waves.
When the waves are blowing, I get going. 4 hours west to Pacific Rim National Park here on the island.
Right, so we've arrived at my favourite spot in Ucluelet, which is Amphitrite Point. And I've just had a quick look down at the beach, and the waves are bubbling nicely. There's some big waves. So I'm going to get my gear on and get down there. Are you coming?
About a half hour or so.
She's having a nap. So what I'll do is I'll put my heated vest on because it's bloody freezing. Heated vest on, and then this layer, and then my waterproof jacket, and I should be all set. But I have to admit that I'm a bit ashamed of myself. Today I'm going to have to get rid of my appropriate footwear and put my hiking boots on because I broke my toe, and going down on rocky cliffs in flip-flops with a broken toe, even I'm not that stupid. So wish me luck.
Good luck.
So I'll leave you these keys, right? Now, I want to get this on record. If you leave the keys in the vehicle and then leave to come and find me, we will be locked out of the vehicle and it will be an absolute disaster. So I'm just putting that on record now to make sure that you bring the keys.
Okay.
Yeah? You're not going to leave the keys in the car, are you?
Should I just put them straight in my pocket?
Yeah, put them in your pocket. That's a good idea. She's cleverer than I am, really. I got locked out of this vehicle once by I just had the keys just here. I got out, closed the door, realised I'd left the key in, tried to get back in. I was locked out. I had to have someone break into my vehicle to get me back into it. So I just don't want that to happen to you, love. And ruin the day. All right, enjoy your nap.
Enjoy your bathe.
Yeah.
Now normally I speed up the hiking B-roll footage, but in this video, in an attempt to really immerse the viewer in the experience, I thought I'd let you see every agonising step that it took to film this video. Now if that doesn't deserve a like and a subscribe, I don't know what does.
So I'd like to say that I broke my toe doing something really cool and heroic, but it wasn't. I was doing some Muay Thai sparring, and I thought I would kick my opponent's knee with my toe, and it didn't work out.
When it comes to wave photography, I have a strict policy of shooting stills first and vlogging later, so I quickly got to work and captured some moody moments. At this point, I was just getting warmed up while actually freezing my giblets off, but keep watching and I'll share a few wave photography tips that I think you'll find very useful.
When I first got here, the waves were absolute monsters, and I thought I would get a good shot, but then it started to pour down and the waves calmed a little bit. I did get drenched though, completely drenched. I might just quit on this spot and head to the same spot that I shot before when I got this lovely storm watching shot last year. I don't really want to recreate that shot though. I've already got that shot. I don't want to repeat myself, but what I'm after today is disembodied wave shots. I'm going to shoot at maximum telephoto and try and get just a separated wave with nothing behind it, just an obscure abstract wave shot. That's the hope, but it really depends on what the light does and what the rain does. This camera, this Sony a7R4 and this G Master 100 to 400 lens is supposed to be weather sealed. I'm not sure what that means, but it's already been completely drenched and it kind of makes me a bit nervous. So I don't want to completely destroy this. So I'm going to push it to the limit, and then when I start to feel like it's completely drenched, then I'll put it in my camera bag, because there's no camera is truly waterproof. I don't think. Maybe you would know otherwise. If you do, let me know, but I'm not going to risk it. So I'll give it a little bit longer. Oh, I just missed a really nice wave there, of course, talking to you. Yeah. So I'll give it maybe another half hour, then grab some lunch and a coffee because I am freezing, and head back to that other spot and see if I can get a shot from there.
And so I hobbled along with helmet hair, trying not to look too pathetic.
Right, so I've come back to that same bay that I got that shot in that vlog about 4 vlogs ago, and I got that really nice wave image. And where I was standing was right across the opposite side of this bay on those rocks over there, just by that resort, looking in this very direction. So I've just switched positions. And so this is what I tend to go for when I'm shooting waves. Imagine that the line of the wave is just this straight line coming into the bay. I like to try and get about 30 degrees off the edge of that wave. It doesn't really matter which side you're on. I mean, it's nice to have things backlit, but you know, I'll take what I can get. But once you've got that 30-degree angle, after that, then it's a case of getting as low to the water as you can, safely, you know, without any chance of getting hit by a rogue wave coming in, and get as low as you can so that if you see those waves jump up out of the water, they just look bigger. Whereas if you're high, if you're elevated, and you're shooting down on that wave, you can still see, you know, the horizon way above it. It doesn't have the same impact as if you'd got low. But like I said, no picture is worth losing your life for. I know that's kind of hypocritical coming from me, but you know, I do try and have some sense with what I do. So get as low as you can, but only if it's safe. And then of course you want to get as close as you can, but only if it's safe. Because even with 400mm and switching this into crop mode, I still feel like I need a longer lens. I need an 800mm lens. So maybe I'll get some extenders for this, if they even exist, I don't know. And if they work, you know, I don't want a blurry image, but that might be something that I might have to invest in. So I know earlier I said I was going to try and get a disembodied wave shot, and I have been trying. I've been pointing my camera way out into that ocean and trying to get just one disembodied wave, but it just doesn't seem to be working. So now what I've gone for is, you probably can't see it on that camera, but way off in the distance, there's this lone grouping of trees that kind of stands out way off in the distance. It's the furthest thing you can see. So I've put that off to the right of my frame, and I've framed up these rocks just in this foreground that you can see these waves crashing against. And so I've got a static composition, and I'm just waiting for the waves to come into that, which is exactly what I did in that last video. I didn't want to repeat myself, but I'm repeating myself. Because I did try and get that disembodied wave, but just wasn't happening. I need more length.
Now be honest, you were dazzled by those expensive looking graphics, weren't you? Eh? No? Oh, well, how about this then?
So, because obviously I don't want to miss a second, I've set the camera to high-speed continuous burst, so it's just like constantly shooting frames until the buffer fills up. And the thing that I love most about shooting in that way, because you shoot so many frames so quickly, you basically get to catch moments that you actually can't see in real time. So afterwards, when you're going through thousands of images, you can often see sea creatures, you know, it could be sea lions or whales, and the bird activity is always really busy when waves are coming in like this, and you just don't notice it that much at the time that you're shooting it. But when you're going through it, you see these magical moments of action that you really didn't have any clue that you'd captured while you were shooting. So that's kind of like a little added bonus. It's a little Easter egg that you discover after the event.
Now, do you remember that my main goal for the day was to catch a nice disembodied wave image? Well, it turns out if you keep trying, you sometimes get what you want. to dedicate this image to Andrew Hurst, who's going through some health struggles right now, but I'm told that you're an avid watcher, Andrew, so I really hope this puts a smile on your face.
Well, I don't know if you can see, but the camera is... It's drenched. That can't be good for it, can it? And the Osmo's getting rained on right now, so both myself and the camera are drenched. The battery's low on this, and my internal battery is getting quite low. So I think I'm going to call it quits for now, retreat back to the car, warm up, have some coffee and some chocolate, see if I can rally and get some more energy, and then make a decision. Maybe I'll come back out. Hopefully this rain will stop and there'll be a gap in the clouds. Oh, now the waves are kicking up again. This always happens. I commit to quitting and then the waves kick up. But I have noticed though that throughout the day the waves have been consistently getting smaller, so I may have seen the best of it. I don't know. I kind of feel like quitting, but the way it usually goes is that things don't get better until I truly give up. Then once I give up mentally, things all of a sudden get way better, and then I have to run out in a panic and continue shooting. So that's maybe what I'll do. I'll try and convince myself that I've given up. Alright, it's time for chocolate and caffeine. I'll get some of the wetness off it. Well, that was extremely miserable and fun all at the same time.
I wasn't here most of the time.
She came out for about 5 minutes, half an hour maybe.
I was out there a while. I just had a chocolate craving.
Oh, let's have some. Can I have some chocolate, please? You know, when we first got together, I was pretty honest to think about how cold and miserable life with me would turn out. You were under no illusions as to... I certainly didn't paint a rosy picture, did I?
No, you were right.
That it would be miserable and cold and wet.
But it's also spring.
I thought you were going to say, but it's also wonderful.
Oh. But it's also wonderful.
Didn't sound staged at all. Is it any good, this?
It's not bad.
What is it? Milwaukee what? Marlborough sea salt and caramel brittle. Nah, I'm not a fan of it.
Well, we have to have you happy, so.
Have you guys tried this? That is the business, that stuff.
You don't like that stuff?
Actually, by the time I finished it, it was better. I enjoyed it.
You want to finish it, or do you want this one?
No, I want the good stuff. But seeing as you've eaten half of the crap bar, I should eat your half of the good one.
That means I'll have none of this bar.
You have that bar, all of it.
I don't want the whole thing.
Of course you do. You bought it, so you can have it.
Well, I thought I'd try something new, you know.
Well, you've got to try new things, haven't you?
Experiment.
No. I'll never try that again. Normally, she rations them out. Normally, I get given the piece of chocolate.
No.
You do. You ration them out.
Do I?
Yeah. And I have to eat chocolate at her pace because she just scarfs it. Whereas I like to savour it. I like to suck it and make it last.
Well, I already ate one of your chocolate.
Oh, you got them. Oh, well.
I've had 2 naps today.
2 naps?
Yeah.
You're a cat. I've always said you're a cat.
Well, we were up at silly o'clock, and I didn't go to bed till late.
I was up at 4.
I know I was too. This is.
What? What was that?
That's how you sounded.
Was that pulling that face?
I don't know. I imagine you would.
I pulled that one. For sure. That's nice chocolate, that.
Yeah, it's all yours, I guess.
Really?
You said it.
Well, you agreed. I didn't realise you'd agreed. She's a lady. Oh, she's a lady. Let's just have an interview with Amanda. I'm sure people are curious about Amanda.
There's not much to know.
No?
I arrived here in an egg, and I'm just trying to make my way through life.
Like Mark.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.